Okay, so our daily word today is peace. Would you repeat the affirmation with me? Peace flows through me and blesses the world. The light of God shines within all people. I pause to remember this truth as I consider the world and my relationship to it. Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you." The same divine light that lived in Jesus is shining brightly in me. My peace is a gift I choose to give to the world. I bless the world by affirming the kingdom of God is among us here and now. It is through this Christ-centered awareness that I project a consciousness of peace. I live, move, and have my being in the light, love, and peace of God. I expand my awareness of divine ideas through prayer and meditation, and I do my part to uplift the consciousness of the entire planet. I am walking in the light of God, and I am at peace. Would you join me in repeating the affirmation for our center? Unity Spiritual Center of Nanaimo is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. We all loved Ken's rendition of In the Silence so much last week that I've asked him to repeat that. And this time we're going to have that lead into the silence. So at the conclusion of the song, I invite you to just sit in silence for 2 minutes. Ken.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find love, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for this precious moment when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find love, I I find God. I find myself.
So I invite you now to just gently bring yourself back to an awareness of this moment, this time, and this place. I hope you know that Unity teaches the principle of tithing, not to get money from you, but because it's a discipline that hastens our spiritual growth and raises our consciousness of abundance. We teach that what we focus on, we gather to us. So when we're focusing on abundance instead of lack, we realize the priority of giving over receiving. That means whatever that means to you. At the board level, we're very rigid in our integrity of staying to the full meaning of tithing. So 10% of all money that comes into Unity, no matter where it comes from, is set aside to go back into our community. And we appreciate and honor suggestions from individuals in the congregation about what they would like to support. And I'm grateful for Dawn today for suggesting Tillicum Lelam Aboriginal Friendship Society as a donor. And I have right here a check for $1,500. And unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to put it in Grace's hand and give her a hug. So I'm going to leave it on the podium, Grace, for you to pick up. So I want to introduce Grace. Among the many awards and honors she has received is the Order of British Columbia and an honorary doctorate of laws from VIU. She is one of our province's greatest leaders, a pioneer in implementing programs to improve the quality of life of the urban Aboriginal community. As executive director of Tillicum Lelam Aboriginal Friendship Society in Nanaimo for what, 45 years approximately? Grace has established social service programs that serve and support 30,000 people each year. From education and training programs, health and counseling services, special cultural events, and elder and youth affordable housing projects and licensed daycare. Grace's wise and gentle guidance has made her a deep impact on her community, and her legacy will be felt for generations. Hajka Siem. Siet Alu Grace Nielsen. Siemtu Slaini Tuni Seminis. With grateful thanks and respect, I acknowledge and welcome Grace Nielsen, a very respected Seminis lady. Grace.
many Haichkas for inviting us today, and many Haichkas to your contribution to our center. It's been an honor to come and to receive this invitation, because many of the words that you spoke in your meditation is based on a lot of the operations of the way we work at our center, and how important mind, body, and spirit is, and how important it is to get in touch with your own spirit so you can whereby be in touch with other people's spirit. And I think that's so very important. And we do have our circles, and we do talk about empowerment, not empowerment of just ourselves, but empowerment of all the people around us, and the children and the elders. We do have many different people that work for us, and we learn a lot from people some that are from other countries that work with us and beside us. And it has been quite a learning experience for me. And I guess I've had, when you talk about connection, it's so important to be connected to ourselves. But it's also important to understand and be connected to, as you spoke about, the trees and the various animals. When I was little, I think I really learned from the animals, because I went to a public school for 1 year, and I took correspondence for 9 years. And in that time, I started adopting animals that didn't have homes. I had 3 raccoons that were so little, someone killed their mother, I guess. They didn't even have any hair on them. And my dad said, okay, you can do that, but that's a responsibility. And you have to make sure you really look after them. Which I did. It was very amusing, because I'd have to stay up all night with a dropper just to feed them, and they'd be hollering all night long. But they grew into big raccoons that followed me everywhere and climbed on my shoulder. And I had 2 crows and 3 seagulls, and a fur seal somebody stabbed with some kind of fork, and they had him for a long time, and a mallard. So I had quite a menagerie. And people would say when I'm small, I think Grace is going to be a social worker. She's getting really a lot of training. So I say Haichkasiyam to all of you for having us here today. And I really felt a sense of peace of your words and your song. It's beautiful, and that's really needed in today. We have 160 programs now, and they're the little kids right up to the elders and youth that live together in the Salish Lalem. Then we have a high-risk youth center as well for those that are in difficulty. And so we just have 2 therapists. They're both Aboriginal, and they're from Toronto, I think. They're very spiritual, and they have their master's degrees in and so they'll be working with a lot of the little kids that are having difficulty. And really, I would like to thank Stephanie and Lawrence they told me about what you were doing here and how much they appreciated being here, and I do appreciate that as well. But talking about spirituality is so important to me, and how we do get to know our own spirit. And actually, I'm doing a presentation for Micola Housing in Victoria, their staff, on connectiveness and spirituality. because I think that's very important, especially now when there's so many things happening in the communities. But with that, I would like to share, I didn't bring my drum, but I'd like to share a song with you, if you don't mind. Shall I just set this down here? By the way, my name is Teoctona, and that was my great-great-grandmother's name. And Courtney, my granddaughter. Pardon?
I'm Bryn.
Bryn, I know, but what's your traditional name? Seamathy, yeah, that's right. So I named 7 of my grandchildren last year, I think it was, with all their ancestors' names, because I felt that was a real connection for them to really learn about this mind, body, and spirit, which is really important that we work with at our center. But I shall sing you a song. I don't know what it'll sound like without my drum, but this song is the one that I usually sing when we've done a fair amount of heavy work with some of our students. And I say, this will connect you to your spirit, your ancestor spirit, and those with love around you. So I'll clap my hands. Oh, That was a song that was shared with me by Chief Dan George and his son Leonard, who did a lot of work with us. And he said, always use that song to heighten the spirit and the spirit of those people around you. I see all my relations. And thank you so much. This will be put to very good use.
Ashka Grace, I think we need her in our choir, Nico.
Wow, what a voice.
Immediately, I just went and had my hand over my heart, and then I saw Ken go, thank you. That was absolutely beautiful.
You're so quiet and shy, and then when you
That's a big place.
So I think we have blessing to the world at this point.